Hello, world. Frida Reba Darcy and one Patricia O'Connor here. And it is our Sunday drop. Our Sunday drop is going to be a shorty. We're going to save the big stuff for our Monday drop. We're going to do a little catch up with what we've been doing today. Today was a absolutely gorgeous day in the bay, and I got logged back in place after its little prune back, and this is the placement of our little tubby with our vermiculite and our sand in it. And so far today, Frida and I have been on a couple of excursions. I think we have probably one more in our future today. And we have collected cherry tree cuttings, about 10 coastal redwood cuttings, about 20. And as I recall, also some cherry tree cuttings and maple cutting. So maple tree 1, maple tree 2, coastal redwood, cherry tree. So I want to pick up some more. These are tiny cuttings. I hope they're big enough. I'd like to get a few more so that I have choices when it comes showtime. Some of these cherry tree cuttings might also, and some of these coastal redwood cuttings might be twice as large as what I will actually need when push comes to shove, so that I can cut them in half and get twice as many cuttings. This is Mr. Elephant, and he just kind of showed up. So Tom, we miss you and hope you come back soon, and also whenever you're ready, but come back soon. We miss you. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And other than that, it's just been an absolutely fabulous looking Sunday. And on our Monday drop, what I will probably do is, it's important that our cuttings soak. Some people let them soak for days. I'm thinking 24 hours will probably be enough. So I will probably go out this evening when Frida and I do our late afternoon little walk. And we have other options too. I believe there's some crabapple on the property that I could probably get a dozen cuttings off of. And I know where I get my groceries, there is a rather large olive. Those are really easy, but maybe I shouldn't shun that because it's easy. We could make a lot of cool little olive bonsais. So those are other things around for me to think about. But this was just kind of a light Sunday. Frida and I caught up on all the stuff that had us a little under the weather yesterday. We woke up headache free and feeling both bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, the both of us. So yeah, we were a sight to be seen, I'm sure. But everything here is looking good and feeling good. And this is going to be just a little short. I wanted to show you what we have going on with our cuttings. And it would have been a nice little way to knock out about 15 minutes to get started on those. But I don't have all of them in place yet, and I do really, no fooling, want them to soak. So that will give me an opportunity to getting my numbers up, which is what we've probably already got enough to make a show of it, but we can do better than that. And once I've done that, and they've then had a chance to soak for a little while, that will be our material. And so yeah, tomorrow is a holiday here, right here in the States. But being a hardware person, I am going to go in for half a day. So I may actually, see, I can't just do, in other words, I can't just do Monday's video Sunday night and go, yay, it's Monday. Because I really do need to let those guys, it really is Sunday right now, and I really do need to let those guys set. And so that's really about all we're going to do there, instead of accumulate more. But you can see where we're at, and you can see where we're at. I've already added a little bit of water to that mixture. I'll probably fill that up in a little while, and add a little bit more water to that until I can kind of actually see a moisture level. You can see the sand down in the bottom of it, and the reason you can see the sand in the bottom of it is because it's wet. That's what that dark line is, and that's all that little bit of layer of sand is supposed to do. I will stick the cuttings down until they get, like, if the bottom of the screen is the top of the sand, until they just kind of barely touch it a little, and that will make sure that I will keep that sand wet. The rest of it won't be overly moist between there and the top of it. Hopefully we won't get a lot of fungal activity going on there, because that's kind of like the idea between the drier substrate up top, that not really substrate, but that perlite, the aeration and all that will hopefully minimize any chance of rot, while at the same time the sand is allowing the tip there to stay moist, which, hopefully that will work out. Anyway, that is just a little quick look at the stuff on the rail. I'm not going to really go into talking about anything. We got a little, going to roll probably right up on 10 minutes here, and that's about all we need to do. Just enough to show you what's going on, and you can see tomorrow we will probably break that off into rows. I won't have a species name, or necessarily species name. I won't have a variety name on any of the local, like those maples. Those for sure are at least 2 different colors of maple. I noticed that we have several different Japanese maples on the property, and they are all different colors. So I won't have any, and nobody knows what the trees are. The trees that I've asked about whenever I've seen landscapers and stuff, they don't really know what any of that stuff. And the reason I would have even thought that they do is I have seen little, like, metal discs about yay big with stamped numbers on it. The pine trees have that. The redwoods have that, and the cherry tree has one of those. A lot of the big for keeps trees here, and that just led me to believe that somebody somewhere knew something, but maybe not. Maybe I don't know who to ask. Anyway, that was what's going on there. So I really won't have any variety names. It'll be maple number 1, maple number 2, possibly maple number 3, and then it'll be silver bark cherry unknown, and then the coastal redwoods. I'm kind of excited about those. I was really hoping, I am still keeping this and not letting this dry completely out ever, even though the only thing in it is those weeds we see growing there. But yeah, I think coastal redwoods are really cool trees. They are also evergreens. They do, as far as the shape of them, the shape of the tree and the shape of the fronds, they look quite a bit like the dawn redwood and quite a bit like the bald cypress. However, both of those trees and the little bald cypress up there, as you know, they all shed their needles in the winter. Not so with the coastal, and as you know, as you may already know, the coastal redwood, which is why I collected those cones, is the tallest tree. A lot of people, if you say what's the biggest tree, they will say the sequoia. That would also be a correct answer to what is the biggest tree. The tallest tree would be the coastal redwood, and it is, they get 30 feet wide and stuff like that, and then grow proportionately tall at 30 feet wide for just, way on up there. Whereas the sequoias can grow 45, 50 feet wide and maybe only 2/3 of the height of the coastal in absolute height. But what they lack in height, they certainly make up in tonnage of lumber. So if you were to measure your width versus your height, you would get a more massive living tree in the sequoia. So the what is the most massive tree? Sequoia. What is the tallest tree? Coastal. And they both come, or they both now live. I wouldn't say where they come from. They come from this planet and have lived from some of the original rounds of stuff that we had growing. But they can both now be found in some of the same forest, which I think is interesting right here in the state that I live in now. Those are both as California species. The coastal gets its name, coastal California redwood. And it will look quite a bit with whether we get one or not. They have fronds that do look quite a bit darker green, heavier fronds. They don't turn that beautiful rusty color until they get ready to kick the bucket. They last about a year or so, and then they swap them out. I think about a year or so. More Patricia hair on the bald cypress. So that's kind of some of what we're looking forward to sprouting tomorrow's bit. Expect me to have this segmented off a little bit. We're going to take our cuttings out of the soaking water and make sure that we have a really sharp implement and dress our cuts. I'll show you what I mean about that. Use our hormone this time, and then apply our cutting to the to our perlite and sand mixture. So yeah, that's what. And then when we get done with that, we'll probably have something else going on too. That's about all. I didn't want to take y'all walking with me while I went and collected cuttings. That was a really big seabird just took off through there. The good news is I didn't make you. The bad news is you didn't get to go with Frida and I to do these cuttings. The good news is you wouldn't have gotten a call for bail money had it not gone right. So I guess it's all kind of a trade-off. A little look at the new leader growing along here on the cypress tree. It's just clicking right along. Okay, like and subscribe if you have not already. Frida and I do 3 or 4 of these a week, usually 4 of these a week. I need to do some weeding in here, and I need to do some weeding in the maple forest. But doesn't it look good? It's starting to come along, I think. And we do 3 or 4 of these a week, and we either try to constantly learn things because we love learning and we do our research, or because we're constantly screwing stuff up. And experience, as they say, is catching your mistake the moment you repeat it. So yeah, our next drop will be our Monday drop, manana, when we will dive in to our cuttings, our cutting prep, and our cutting little plots. And I look forward to that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.